Today we're going to go over the procedure for the acceleration activity. We're going to use a smart cart, a Pasco track, and your iPad. So we'll start off by observing our equipment. Here is the smart cart, here's the track. The track is stacked up on a pile of books. You can check the height. It should be about 10 centimeters at the mark here on the track. The exact height's not important for this activity. Just make sure that you've got some tilt to it. Now on the smart cart itself, you can see a power switch right here. I'm going to push the power switch, turn on the smart cart right now. You'll see as it begins, the Bluetooth icon here is now flashing red. The number for the cart is right next to it. You're going to use this. This is the number you're going to use when you pair your smart cart to the Bluetooth icon, or to SparkVue. Above here you'll see this is the positive direction for the cart. I'll just show you very quickly what it will look like when we run the cart down the track. You're going to set it on the track here. Within SparkVue, which I'll show you in a minute, you're going to hit start. You'll release it, you'll release the cart, let it go. Have your partner catch the cart before it hits the end. Okay, here's SparkVue. In the SparkVue, you'll see there's a menu select up in the top left. Hit the menu select. We're going to go to Experiments, open a Quick Start Lab, scroll down till you find Position, Velocity, Acceleration, and hit OK. Okay, here we go. Now, the next step, we're going to pair the cart to SparkVue. I'm going to tap the Bluetooth icon. I'm going to connect to the device. Here's my device, 110-847. That is my smart cart. So I tap right on the smart cart. It's going to connect. Wait for a moment. And yay, we're connected. So we're done there. And now we begin the experiment. It's very simple. All you have to do is place the cart at the top of the track, hit start, wait for it to start recording data. Now let the cart go, catch it, hit stop. So you'll observe now, for the first few seconds there's nothing happening. We're going to ignore that. Once the cart starts to move, you'll see here the position is constantly changing. There's a curved line. We actually have a parabola under the position time graph. Velocity time, there's a positive slope. Acceleration, it will change briefly, and then you'll see a nice constant acceleration afterwards. So we're going to look at these in turn. So I'm going to tap the top arrow here. I'm going to look at a position time graph that I'm not particularly interested in. I'm going to look at the velocity time graph. We can pinch and zoom in here a little bit. Let's build up our velocity time. That's where I really want to look at it. So let's do a quick analysis. I'm going to tap on the area select icon. I can now tap in here. I can select a rectangle. I can drag this rectangle a little bit. Let's get some of the positive value here. And now I can see what is the slope. If I tap on the rectangle again, I see three icons come up. I tap in the middle, I can get a linear fit slope. We can see what the slope of this line is. Cool, there's some good information. So you're going to record that in the activity. What is the slope? That's the m value. Now I'm going to take a look at the acceleration versus time. I'm going to focus on the part where we had some constant acceleration. Here it's occurring just after about 1 second. I can just tap on the line and it's going to bring up a value. I'm going to just get the little point value icon, just click on that right there. And we can see I can take this and drag it around. I can move back and forth. I can see what the values of the acceleration were as we're moving through here. I can just tap through and look at that. Cool. The next thing I'm going to do is a second acceleration observation. This time I'm going to start with the cart toward the bottom of the track. Again, we'll have the plus X arrow. This time I'm going to have the positive X arrow pointed up the track. So I'll have it start toward the bottom. You're going to click start on the iPad again. This time you're going to give the cart a little push. Just push it up the track and let it come down. Catch it before it hits the bottom, and you'll stop then. So let's see what happens within SparkVue when we do that. I'm going to go back to the beginning here and get all three plots. I'm going to click start. Give it a little shove, push it up. Oh, pushed it too hard. All right, let's try again. Let's stop. Gave it a little too much of a push. Let's start again. Hit start, push, come back, beautiful, stop. So again, we have a position time, velocity time, and acceleration graph. We now see I have 3 runs. I'll show you something real quick. If you happen to have a run that you want to get rid of, you can tap on this icon. I have to remember which one it is. It's the Manage Runs icon. Hit the little the toolbox thing in the bottom right. I can manage runs. I want to get rid of that second run. I'm going to delete the run 2. Cool, done, and we're back. Okay, so I've got run 1 and run 3. So I'm going to analyze this very similarly to the way we did our first run. I'm going to look at the velocity time graph again. Now I'm just going to focus on run 3. I can hit the little checkbox here. I'm going to just look at run 3. I'm going to do a little select again. We can look at the slope. Now observe the slope. You see the velocity. We're starting, when I give it a push, it starts with positive velocity. The velocity is decreasing, slowing down to 0, and then it will start to increase again. So look at this very carefully and see, is there a change in the acceleration as the velocity goes through 0? That's a very important point for you to observe. And also we can go look at the acceleration time graph, and you'll see what happens to the acceleration. Just focus on run 3, you'll see that there is negative acceleration as we push the cart up the track. So observe what's happening, look at the slope of the line, compare the slope to the value of the acceleration. You can, again, get that just by tapping on a point, select a point value. You can move around, look at all the data point values. So the idea of this activity is really just do some of your own observations. You can do some of your own experiments and see what's happening here. When you are finished with your data for your particular run, you can go back to the Bluetooth icon, unpair the device, hit the little X, it will unpair it. That'll free it up so that your partner can start collecting some data. All of you will have some data. You will look at that on your iPad. You'll also look at some data that I've collected so you can compare that. That's all you need.